Okay everybody, today what I'm doing is mounting a GPS system to my motorcycle. Now the estimated time of completion to do this is roughly between 45 minutes and an hour and a half, depending upon the type of mount you purchase and the bike you have. The basic needs are, of course, you're going to need to get the mount for the GPS unit, which you can get on Amazon.com. I got this one for $29.99, free shipping and handling. A GPS unit, which those run anywhere between $150 to $500, a car charger, and a universal cigarette lighter, and of course a toolbox. So pretty much what we're going to do is we're going to mount the unit right here, take the gas tank off, take the driver's seat off, and then what we'll do is run the car charger unit down the side of the frame to the battery, wire the cigarette lighter to the battery, and put the ground also on the battery, and then we check and see if we get power to the GPS unit. Okay, so the first thing I've done is I've removed the driver and passenger seat to get access to the battery. I've went ahead and mounted the ram mount to the handlebars, which was real simple, just this bottom section here, this U-bolt and 2 screws. To loosen and change position, you just untighten this, and then you can move this any which way you want. Once we get the power in, the GPS unit just fits in right there, plugs in at the bottom, which the plug will then be also attached to right here, so if you need to remove it, make sure no one steals it, it'll be available to do that. Next thing I'm going to do is hook up the cigarette lighter, and once I get that done, I'll go ahead and show you the process I went through for that and the tank removal. Okay everybody, so what I've done is I've taken the power cord from the GPS unit, I've run it down along the side with the wiring harness through here alongside of the frame, zip tied it here for support, up through the firewall, up into here, again attached here. We've got the ground wire to the battery, cigarette lighters here with the car charger. Now what I've done is I've taken the power cord right here and I've hooked it up to the brake light. So the only time that the GPS unit is going to get power is when the bike is turned on. Now be careful when you're doing this, because some bike models the brake light does not come on when the bike's on. The brake light only functions when the headlights are on or when you're pressing down on the actual brake pedal. Now in this particular bike model of mine, the brake light comes on automatically anytime the bike is on, so that's okay for this application. If your bike does not have the brake light coming on when the power's on, you can always hook it up to the license plate light, which by law has to be turned on at all times on motorcycles. So that's your other option. But on my particular model, I don't have a light. It was taken off when the fender eliminator was put on. So just keep that in mind when you're plugging it in, and always double check and make sure your power source is available to you before you start hooking the wires up and putting everything back together. So right now all I have left to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to mount it to the bracket back here, hook the power assembly up, start the bike up, and just double check and make sure everything's working, and I'll update you guys then once I get that completed. Okay, I'm pretty much finished. I put everything back together. Rear brake light assembly's back together, side rear passenger fairings are back together, gas tank has been put back together. So as you can see, I've went ahead and mounted it here, zip tied it. Here's the power line coming from the tail light. Everything's been put together, so if I hit a bump or anything really hard, there's some flexibility and bounce to this, and it won't pull or tug on any of the cords and rip anything out, so I'll always have power supply available to me. So let's go ahead and start it, and I'll show you right now. Once this is turned on, you can now see the green light has power to the GPS unit. I'm going to push it on, and as you can see, it's coming on. And now we can choose where we would like to go. Let's see, recent destination, Let's go to work. Done, and there we are. Just remember, like I said, when you're trying to hook it up, be careful as to what the power supply you're using. You can use the ground to the battery, that's okay, but wherever you plug the power supply up to, make sure that it has some sort of a resistor to keep power from going to the battery when the motorcycle is turned off. Because if you hook it straight up to the battery, it's just going to be pulling power from the battery when the bike is actually off, and it's just going to kill your battery. So keep that in mind. Get an owner's manual, find out where the best place would be to where you don't have to take off too many parts. And good luck. If you have any questions, go ahead and send me an email, atlbikenight@gmail.com. Thank you.